Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. This is Chef Paul. With me, Chef Amy.
Hi.
Alex isn't with us today. He's over at some country music concert or something. Some country music. Oh no, it was Guar, Dope, and a few other bands I don't know or care about. Kind of cool, but he's not here. So today we're going to be making one of my other favorite recipes that I don't know why I haven't filmed. I kind of feel stupid. Because really this is one of my favorite things in the world. So what is this? It's called ginger beef. It's going to be awesome. So first off, we're going to start by making our slurry. So on this, I'm going to use some mushroom stock. Now for all the actual measurements, please visit www.poulskitchen.com. We actually even have our books on there too. There's quite a few in there. So first off, I'm going to pour some mushroom stock in here. You can use water if you don't have stock. It's not a big deal. Just stock is going to give you more flavor, which is always a good thing. I'm not going to put that on too tight because guess what? I'm going to be using it again here in a few minutes. So this is cornstarch, and I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of this in here. And this is just going to be used a little bit later to thicken our sauce up a little bit. I'm just going to put this over here and put this away. Now I'm going to do everything pretty quick over here, but first we're going to do our sauce, and this is going to count for about a cup of mushroom stock. Now again, if you don't want to use stock, you can just use water. It's not a big deal. I just find that stock gives a little bit more flavor, and I like mushroom stock. It's really good. If you're making soup or anything like that, having stock is really good. Now you can make your homemade, and I'm probably going to do a video on that eventually. But Amy and I don't exactly buy a whole lot of meat with bones.
No, we don't.
So that kind of kills that. Now, one thing to note, because I am using soy sauce, and Amy, did you get the Dutch soy sauce today?
No.
Okay, so we did forget.
I forgot.
Okay, not a big deal. So I'm going to put in a bunch of soy sauce in here. Now, key thing here to remember: I'm not going to be adding any salt. Do not add any salt to this. You do not need it. That soy sauce has enough salt to do the job. You don't need it. This is sugar-free ketchup, and I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons of ketchup. I'm hoping this works just the same, but we'll see. Now this is Truvia, which is stevia version of brown sugar, not real sugar, but I do want this to be rather sweet. So about 3 tablespoons should be enough. Now this, you got to be really careful of, because
yes,
it can get really, really hot.
And it doesn't take much.
Now Terre Haute, if you get the Chinese version of this, it's going to be a lot hotter, and it's probably going to be more your liking, and I'm only going to put about that much in. I'm not putting any more in there. We don't need it.
No.
Really don't. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You don't need a lot for it. You really don't. I'm going to put a little bit of roasted sesame oil. About 2 tablespoons should be enough for that. Now this is a new thing. We haven't cooked with this before, so I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Might need more. Hopefully not.
Ginger paste.
Now we need some ginger. Now I'd rather use paste that's already done than chop my own up. So I'm going to take 4 big spoons. Oh, actually I'm only going to do 3, I think. And then 1 big spoon of minced garlic. Now you can, honestly, you can go out and you can do this you want to stir this up, and you can chop your own garlic and ginger. You can. It's not a big deal. You can do that.
We could have easily used our food processor if we wanted to.
Yep. But the thing is that you don't need to.
Yeah.
It's not really that much of a price difference if you get it on sale. So I'm going to do it this way. This works just fine. Now, here's the thing with this. Be very careful how much you put in.
The sesame oil?
Yep. And I'll tell you why. Because sesame oil is put too much in it, it'll taste like a shoe. Yeah, tastes good. All right. So I've got 4 celery stalks chopped up to this size, 2 large carrots. I know it's not exactly a stick shape, but close enough. 1 green pepper, 1 large onion, and I think that's all there. And by the way, the rice has been done for a while. Oh, wait a minute, I don't think that's even working. Let's just put it this way then.
We'll just use one.
Okay, so this is really not a long recipe. But I'm not actually gonna film the whole thing. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna start, which we're starting with the meat. So I'm gonna get the meat here and I'm gonna explain it, and then we're gonna go cook it. Then we come back. The meat will be done, and then we'll start with the rest of it. I don't think we need to make a super large video and you're gonna watch me cook up meat, because if you
know how.
You should know how. If you can't, then that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to make fun of you for it.
You can ask us.
But you can ask. There's other videos on there to show you how to do it. So you don't need to, I don't need to do this for you because it's not necessary, and I don't want to assault anybody's intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's really what I would be doing. Knowing this, I don't need to add anything to this. Like I said, I'm not adding any salt. So you're going to take this down here, and we're not making meatballs out of it. Now, another thing you can do is you can cut small strips of chicken. You can buy steak, and you can do that if you want. For this, I'm not going to make this perfectly ground, but I do want it mostly ground, but I want it to be cooked.
Yes.
And also at the same time, I don't want to deep fry this.
No, deep frying is bad.
If you go to a Chinese restaurant, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get deep fried. And honestly, it's not necessary. You don't need to do that. So we don't want to deep fry this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our time and cook this down, and break it down as it cooks. Now, I guess there's one thing I probably want to add.
Pepper.
Pepper, and that's it. Again, we've already included way too much salt with the soy sauce, so we don't need any more. Most of us have diet restrictions, and yes, soy sauce is a great thing to have, but
it has a lot of salt in it.
It does, so it's really not necessary. It's a waste of time. We don't need it, so there's no point in having it. Alright, so just cook this down until it's fully cooked and broken down. When this is done, we'll come back and we'll start the rest of it. And we're back. So before we go further, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. It really means a lot to us, and if you don't, Amy's going to beat me. Maybe not in a bad way. So the beef is done. So I got another pan that's kind of oiled. I don't want too much here, and what I'm going to do is we're going to start cooking some of our veggies. So, got our carrots. You want to make sure you peel these because they can be a real pain if you don't. Then I got my celery. Then my green peppers. And then my onion. And they're going to cook these for a few minutes. And you want these to start getting cooked down before we do anything else. So that's our next part of the process here. Yeah, Amy's got dishes to do after, but Amy likes doing dishes, don't you, Amy?
For a good meal, yes.
Absolutely. So we're not going to salt. We're not going to pepper this. We don't need to. Well, maybe a little pepper. You know me, I like my pepper. But it's honestly not a big part of this recipe, so...
No.
And it's probably too much vegetables for what we need anyways. It's not a big deal. It's not going to go bad. So we're going to let this cook for a few minutes, and then we'll be back very soon. So I'd say 5 minutes. Good enough. We'll be back. Welcome back. So here we go. This is pretty much cooked enough for my liking. So now I'm just going to pour the sauce in here. And you're going to take a minute to really
stir that
together really good. And you remember that celery we made at the very beginning here?
Yep.
Now we're going to throw that in here.
To thicken it up?
Yeah, just give it a little bit of thickening here. Now you want to stir this pretty quickly here. Now if you have some crushed chilies that are not as thick or not as spicy, sorry, then you know what, by all means add those. I don't expect this to be too over the top thick. It probably won't get that thick, and I'm fine with that. I can actually smell the ginger on this.
I can too.
And that's good. Ginger is really good for you. Ginger and garlic are some things that you, and onions are things that you want to have in your diet all the time. So I'm going to take this off the heat again and put this back on. But I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit.
Are we going to drain the hamburger?
Yeah, we probably should.
Good enough?
Good enough.
This is pretty oily.
Yeah, you always want to try to get rid of some oil if you can.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's gonna be so yummy.
now we're going to take a moment and we're going to reduce the heat down quite a bit because I don't really want to cook anything anymore. It's already cooked enough. Now you just want to take some time and you want to stir everything in really good, because if you don't, you're going to run the risk of serving somebody a whole thing of veggies with no meat, or all meat, no veggies. This kind of doesn't look like you're going to get that, but you want to be careful of that. All right, so poor Amy has to work tonight.
Yep.
So I want to make sure that Amy has something to eat.
A good meal.
So she is definitely going to be. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I can come over here where we just made some rice. Give her a little bit of rice.
Yay. Rice is good.
Rice is always good. And I think we can turn the heat off. We don't need
Yeah.
this anymore. And then I'm gonna come over here.
And grab some ginger beef. Mmm.
I think that should be enough.
Yep, should be good. Then stir it.
Nope, we're not actually. We're not gonna stir it. We're gonna take this over here.
I'm gonna have a bite.
Amy's gonna have a quick bite.
Ooh. Over here?
Yep. Could be a little hot, Amy, so
Yeah. Mmm.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yeah.
Amy's probably not going to eat a whole lot more in this because Amy has to work tonight. This is kind of breakfast for her, so we're not going to make her eat a whole thing right now. That's for lunch for later. So she's
Yeah.
going to let that cool down a bit, then she's going to put it in the fridge. So until next time, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. This is our homemade ginger beef. Is it as perfect and thick and as great as everybody else's? Probably not, because we didn't deep fry and we're not going to either.
No.
So we hope you enjoy, and until next time, stay safe, and please visit www.poulskitchen.com and enjoy.